cards. And look at this pile of peonies. It's a pile of peonies. And Penny's here.
Pile of Penny's peonies.
It's Penny's peonies. That's that's a lot to say. But Penny's here today, and we're so excited. She has colored some peonies with Copic markers, and they are beautiful, beautiful. And we are going to come, and she's going to tell us how she did it. And there's some tricky things here, too, because these cards have cutouts on them. So she's going to show us how to do that. And she also has a trick for those of you who are Copic colorers and you know how it bleeds through. She's got a trick to keep all of that looking good. So Penny, I'm so excited you're here, and we're going to come right back to her. Diane's here, and we're going to look at some new product that came in real quick. Just beautiful stuff. We are getting loaded with merchandise, aren't we, Diane?
Yes.
Oh, you got to turn on your microphone.
Oh, okay.
We got a lot of people here. We got Shelly and Verna Lynn and Rita and Marcia and Julie. Good morning, Julie from Minnesota. Hello, everybody.
Turned on.
I like to say all my hellos. You know how sometimes you watch videos, Diane, and they're like, oh, and here's a new paper pad. Oh, hi, Marcia. So I try not to do that, but it's hard not to, because we want to say hi to everybody and give you a big shout out, because we are really excited you're here, and we appreciate you watching. Oh my
definitely.
Gosh. We sure do. We wouldn't do this otherwise.
Yep, definitely.
Here's some more of that velvet ribbon, Diane. We've still got that available.
No,
if
we've
you
sold
love
a
it.
lot,
If
though.
you love it, call us. I saw a huge pile go out yesterday.
We leave it set out so we can.
Yeah, we haven't even put it away.
We're
not putting it away. We're keeping it out where it's really nice.
Yep.
So we have almost 100 people watching. Ooh. And there's Oshra from her rainy Chicago. Hey, everybody. We always talk about the weather, so let's get that over with. Diane, it's windy.
Partly cloudy and very, very windy.
Windy. I'm so sick of windiness.
And cold. It's not going to hit, well, maybe 40-ish today. But then snow forecasts for tomorrow.
Oh, well,
maybe?
Chris just popped in and said it's snowing in Minnesota.
Yeah.
She wants warmth and sunshine when she comes to the crop a couple weeks away.
It is going to get warmer. 70 here by Sunday.
And
Darlene
no rain says happy. She's got a camel day.
Nope.
Juanita, howdy, Juanita. I feel like I haven't seen you for a long time. I must just be missing you. And Diane, Rita says she loves her new switch.
Oh, good.
That's good. We love testimonials.
Yep.
We still have switches in stock, so if you want a switch, we've got them. We've got the Tim Holtz black version, and we have the white version with the starter kit.
Yeah.
Stop with the 4-letter words. I think I had to think about that, but I think it's SNOW. So, sometimes things slip, so we just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we start showing product, I want to mention about our crop, since it came up. That is April 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, and it's here in Ankeny at the Marriott. It is full. To let you know it's full, we sent an email out yesterday, I think it was, just to let people know who were registered. Hey, here's some info, and there's more info coming. And we had 6 emails bounce back. So some of you did not get the information. So if that's you, if you want to give us a call and ask for me, and I'd be glad to help you with that and figure out why you didn't get your emails. Some people, I think, might have unsubscribed, and I'm sure that was accidental. I'm sure you accidentally unsubscribed. So give us a call if you didn't get the email, and we'll get you all taken care of.
Looking forward to having everybody here.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Weekend.
And if you're not cropping, good news, we have extended hours. So you can come and shop, and we'll be open later and earlier. Long days, but fun.
Okay.
All right. Should we show some stuff, Diane? Diane's here this morning. She is our store manager, and she really does 99% of our freight. So, Diane, you chime in here.
I get to see everything first, and
yes.
I love this.
This is from Elizabeth Crafts. Yes. It's called Smell the Flowers, and it's $17.49. And you know how Dawn was doing that garden journal? Wouldn't this be a good addition to that?
Yep, I ordered lots of those.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is Diane's orders.
I did.
She's buying and checking in. So that is available, what, on
Fun
Elizabeth Stamps and Elizabeth Craft Designs?
Yep.
And then this one is very interesting.
These are all brand new. These are the latest release from Elizabeth Craft.
This is called Book Box, and I'll flip it over so you can see the die. It's $31.99. There is a lot there. And
it makes a little...
Is that what does it make?
Well, it makes
box?
a little box, yes, and it's got that on top.
That's pretty with the label on the top.
Janine took one of these home.
So she's gonna
she'll make
us?
one up.
Okay.
Yep.
And then here is a set of flowers. This is $11.99. And let's see, what is this? Florals 4.
Yep.
And let me flip it over because I think it's always nice to see what you're getting die-wise on the back. Oh, I lost my microphone, so I'll
Kelly
be right back.
came unplugged.
I am unplugged in many ways.
Again, this is one of the new Elizabeth Craft new floral dies.
It's pretty, and they're fun to make because you make them dimensional with your stylus.
This is another cool one.
This was flower pot.
Yeah.
That is a good size.
Yeah.
But I think it would still fit on an A2 card, and you could put some of those Tim Holtz flowers coming out of it, the wildflowers.
So you can make it into a bucket or a pot.
And that's only $10.99.
Yep,
Is that correct? Okay. And then last but not least is the Shadow Box frames.
Janine took this home too.
This is a mystery.
Yes.
Mystery to me. It's $21.99. That's what it looks like. Here's what it makes.
Yeah. So she
And
will
we'll
bring in
anxiously
the
await that.
samples and show us how to put those two dies together.
Okay, and then since we got a lot of crafty people and we just finished up National Craft Month,
look at
let's show this next. This is Let's Get Crafty. We needed it last month.
Oh, the bright colors.
It's wonderful colors. It's brand new from Simple Stories. This is the collection pack. Diane, does your craft room look like that right there?
Nope, not at this moment. Sometimes it does.
It's kind of fun. It's hard to find crafty images. Believe me, I've looked.
Look at the
Yeah, it even has
albums.
their snap album, their washi tape, paper clips.
And look at the ink pads.
Oh my gosh!
Inks.
Obviously, you don't look at them very close when you check them in.
No, I don't.
So that's the collection pack, and then we've got the 6x8 tablet. Is this the one, Penny, that you were opening?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's just pull her open.
It had some.
Scissors?
We got it. Actually, this one opened very easy. I don't know why. Dream, Live, Create. Oh, I like those dots.
Yeah.
So this is the 6x8. It's got a trimmer, your stapler.
Look at the big ATC, whatever.
I love
the
ink.
and the tiny attacher. Look, tiny attacher.
Oh my gosh, it is. There's your mat. There's your craft mat right there.
Yep.
We maybe should have got more of this now that I'm looking at it closer.
So what I would do with some of the big 6x8 that have sayings on it like that, I would put that on a canvas and set it in my room.
In your craft
Yep.
room.
Or put it in a frame.
Okay, so that's the 6x8 tablet.
Okay,
And
Janine is putting the shadow box together right now.
she is.
Yeah.
Here's the sticker book, and I'll flip it around
look at
because
the
you do get 12
cameras.
sheets of stickers. I didn't know they had the ink pads.
Oh
my
is
gosh.
so cute.
And here is the Let's Get Crafty bits and pieces, and I'll flip it over. It's got more of those fun images. I'm going to have to call our sales rep and tell her how wonderful this is. And here's the journal bits.
This would be awesome if you go somewhere every year with your friends and you
here's
want to
the
make
washi
them
tape.
something a little with
Maybe
pictures.
if I turn it that way, although we have the price over one of them. But
Cool.
it would be very cool. So aren't you kind of thinking that we might have to get more of this?
Yeah.
Now that we're looking at it. Now that we're paying
Really
attention
looking
to it.
at it.
Okay, then the other one that we have is Summer Lovin'. And let's see.
New from Simple Stories.
Yep, another brand new one. Let's show the paper first because that gives you the feel of the collection. Good vibes, memories, flip-flops. It's got kind of that bright fuchsia thrown in with the primary colors. Oh, it goes this way. Here's some snow cones and dots.
I needed this about a year ago when I was doing my last little boy summer. I had a hard time finding summer paper.
And
probably
here's
2
their
years ago.
tags. If you know Simple Stories, whoops. If you know Simple Stories, they always do a tag sheet,
Yeah.
which you can put on card
so
fronts,
cool.
or you can use them for actually for tags if you want.
Look at all those fun sayings.
Here's the 3x4s.
Squeeze the day. That's really cute.
Those are little bees or fireflies. I don't really know.
Not quite sure what's it called.
I think it's a firefly because it looks like his tail end is lit.
Lit up. How
And
fun.
there's the multi-journaling. Holy guacamole, lemonade stand.
Okay, so this one back here, squeeze the day. You could do that for our lemon.
Yeah, if we, Maggie wants to have a lemon week.
Yeah.
Who'd like to have a lemon week?
We could have
Here's a
lemonade.
floral. Here's another cut apart. This
Summer
is a different
lovin'.
size, isn't it? Or is that
4x6.
Oh, it's
But it's some of
it's
it is
throwing me.
vertical
it's throwing me off.
and not all horizontal.
And then we have the floral with
Ooh,
the little
that's pretty.
wildflowers. Now this, if you're doing a scrapbook, you could take this and put two of them together and you've got your border of your
Yep.
page, and you could even add some little die cut flowers to add dimension. So Summer Loving from Simple Stories, we have the whole collection.
Looks like Mother's Day cards.
It's online if you go to shopping and go to new.
Oh,
And
cute.
there we go.
Look at those little... Cool.
And then go to Simple Stories Summer Loving. And I think we need to have
Lots of flowers.
somebody fix our categories now that I'm remembering.
Oh,
There's
look
your
at how
squirt gun, your
fun.
hose fight.
Yep.
And I don't know that we showed the stickers, but here's
Nope.
the stickers.
Fun, fun.
And Simple Stories, they colorize, they've got the Vibe, which is their solids, but they're not solids. They're dots on one side, and they're kind of solid on the back.
But their colors are already picked for you.
So you don't have to do any work. And here's your journaling tags.
Holy
Oh, we showed that
guacamole.
first, didn't we?
Yep.
And then we do have the collection pack if you want to make it easy and just get the whole collection with all the papers and the stickers. And Diane, we're going to stop and look at this because
Yeah.
I think this
Look
is
how
amazing.
yummy that is.
These are their
gosh.
basics. So they have a little bit bigger gingham and a little bit smaller gingham on the back, and in the colors
Beautiful
of the
colors.
collection. I mean, look at that.
Beautiful.
And this alone would be amazing. Then there isn't a collector's essential kit that goes with this. So you're going to get the sticker sheet, the paper, then you get the journal bits, and you get the simple pages pieces,
pieces.
and you get chipboard. And here are the foam.
that
Call
everybody
these
loves.
foam, but they're not really foam. On top, they're not. I mean, there's foam inside,
yeah.
but I'm having some problems with that. And then here's the journal bits.
Just another day in paradise.
When you flip them over, they don't look as colorful as they do in person.
Yeah, the colors are good. Ooh,
And
that's
here's
new.
the chipboard frames.
They're
And I'll
doing
flip it
all
over.
the frames now that are so much fun.
And then here's the page pieces. So I'll flip it over. You get all of these die cuts. They're a little bit bigger than the bits and pieces. So you can actually create a layout with these, or you could put them on a card,
And your
or
page is practically made.
it is makes it for you.
Ah,
And here are the brads, the decorative brads and chipboards.
Beth is having craft bumps, aka goosebumps.
Oh my gosh. Well, wait till she sees these. Here's the bits and pieces with all the little icons
Oh,
from the
look
collection.
at all of those.
Like the beach umbrella, the bucket, the
Camera,
ball,
watermelon.
beach ball.
Oh,
And it does have a stamp set, which is another cute one. Teresa
so
hasn't seen that yet.
adorable. Look at the sun with the sunglasses. Cute.
And then there is a sticker book. And I'll flip it around. You can see how nice they are from the front. And again, you're going to get 12 sheets of stickers.
Look at the old-fashioned lawn chair. Everybody had a lawn chair just like that, and then eventually it broke.
We just got rid of ours when we moved.
I think we got rid of our last two a couple years ago.
And here's the 6x8. Now, remember when Peggy was here, she was using some of these for her layouts.
Yeah.
The tans will fade, but the memories will last forever.
Love that saying.
Look at that layout there.
Perfect.
So that is the 6x8. I'm
So it
sure you
makes
guys are loving
really
this as much as
an
we are.
Easy way to put together a mini book.
It does, and here's the washi tape.
Yep.
And what we thought went really pretty well with this, we showed these yesterday, but these are the rainbow sentiments from Pink Fresh Studio, so I'll flip them over. And I think a lot of colors in here are going to go well with the Summer Lovin'.
And how easy to make cards. Wow.
All right, well, gosh,
Okay.
that was amazing new collections from Simple Stories.
Birthday collection.
Oh, should we show that today?
So
okay,
we
got
have
one
another-
more. Penny, hang on, we got one more collection.
She's waiting over there.
We almost
waiting
forgot it.
in the wings.
It's because we actually had time to put this one out.
This is another Simple Stories new one.
This is called Celebrate, and it's their new birthday collection, and it's got very unique colors. It's got that coral in it. I think if Teresa was over here, she'd recommend our saltwater taffy with this.
Yep.
And we'll just go through
It
each.
can be both boy or girl. It's got
It's got your blues and
Yep.
it's got some pinks thrown in. Now let me grab some of my favorite things. Here is the ephemera and the journal bits, and I'll flip them over.
Those
So you can
journal
see.
bits are
Look
so
at the cake.
cute.
That you can just write your things on, and there's some die cuts. Toss some confetti in the air, it says. And then this is kind of neat because these are numbers in the same
these are
style. I don't know if they call them, they're called number bits. So there you can see them.
And you get both blues and reds, it looks like, in yellows.
So you've got lots of choices, and you got multiples. So you could even do like your maybe somebody's first 10 years or something.
Cool.
And then it's got the foam stickers, and you always get 2 sheets of foam stickers, and those are $6.99. And then it also has the chipboard, so it's a good way to add dimension. And it's got little banners which are cute. Hooray! Have you ever thought about what it takes to make collections and design them and come up with new ideas?
Lots and lots of work.
Here is a sticker book, and like the other ones we showed you, it's got 12 sheets of stickers.
So Katie is making a 6x8 binder with this collection.
Oh, well, we can't wait
Yeah.
to see it. And here's the stencil. I guess that's just a little upside down, but there is a party stencil. And then Diane, if you want to show those things, I'll open up this 6x8
So
book.
there is the washi tape, cool colors, and the puffy stickers, not puppy stickers, puffy stickers, brads that really aren't brads.
I know, we always say that. And
And
here's
then
the stamp.
the stamp. That's a really cool stamp.
Well, it's got your words and your icons. And here's the 6x8 tablet. Oh, look at that, make a wish.
You could make a banner out of this
yeah.
for a kid's
Hip, hip,
birthday.
hooray. Let's celebrate.
Oh, how easy
A little
that would
party
be.
never hurt nobody.
Cute.
This is really cute. Make a wish. All right, so that's the 6x8.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I couldn't remember where I got it, Diane. All right, now here's what's neat. It's got a card kit. So you can make these 8 cards. It's $12.99, and you get everything you need to make those. You need just to get your own adhesive, and everything is like a punch out. You don't even really need scissors. And what I suggest if you make them is to get a little foam tape or pop dots and pop up things like the hip hip hooray or the hat, and it just adds a lot to those cards. And you could add some twine to them
And
also.
it usually makes more than 8 cards. A lot of
Yeah,
times
you'll
you
have
can
some leftovers.
You can make more than 8.
And this is another one of those page pieces, and these are $3.49. I'll flip it over so you can see what you get. It's designed so you could do a layout just by purchasing this and maybe getting some paper, and you'd be set.
Okay, Susie, yeah, we just showed the card kit with that. She noticed that in the picture.
It's really nice.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, the door just opened, and is it windy?
Yep.
Here's the sticker sheet, the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. This comes in the collection pack, and we do have the collection packs where you're going to get the sticker sheet and all the paper.
Yep, they're loving this
Now, I
collection.
think these are nice just if you're giving gifts. I just would use those for
Yep.
tags, and you can write your
Perfect.
message on the back.
How cute.
Okay, I got to figure out how we're organized here.
Cut aparts, like journaling cut aparts.
Again, you could use that for a tag on a gift and write a note. Yay, 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 yay. And here's a wavy line. It's called All the Cake. And that must be why.
Look at those cakes.
I know, isn't this fun, Diane? Because
Yeah.
I know when you check things in.
No, I do not
Things are just a number and they're a package, and now we get to see them. And there's the confetti.
Every once in a while, I will be able to shop when I check it, but not very often.
I think she shops when Tim Holtz comes in.
Yep.
Oh gosh, should we say something about Tim Holtz Chapter 2?
Oh, well, we might jinx ourselves again.
Well, it was supposed to come yesterday, according to our sales rep. And guess what? It didn't come. So I tracked it, and now it says it's coming today, and FedEx is bringing it. So we're going to say it's coming, but we're not making any promises.
We hope so. It's even windy in Arizona. Must be windy everywhere.
How are you guys liking this paper, this party paper?
They're loving it.
And you know, it could be birthday, but it could be other things too, like other celebrations.
Yeah. Colors are good.
And they threw in some florals. You're talking Mother's Day, Diane.
Yep.
I think that looks nice for Mother's Day. There's a good background.
That's a good yellow.
And here's our party hats and horns. And there's a kind of a pink background. I think you're right, Diane, when you said that it's got pinks and blues and just about everything.
Anywhere.
I don't remember if we showed this or not, but it's worth showing again.
I think it's windy everywhere. Yeah, everybody is loving this.
Oh, I'm
Simple
so
Stories
happy.
is good.
Oh,
Very
and
good company.
I want you guys to know that we are ordering Halloween.
Oh,
Well, we're ordering 4th of July, Halloween. There's a good kind of a seaside Christmas.
we
We've
also
had a peek at Christmas.
When I opened this yesterday, the Christmas catalog was in it from Simple Stories.
So think how long ago they were working on Christmas if they know their collections.
Oh my gosh, it's windy. I swear it's windy in every state.
And then we do have I think we have an essential. There's an essential kit, which some people really love these because you're going to get everything in the collector's kit, and then you're going to get some bits, the page pieces, and then there's a chipboard. 6 by 12, 6 chipboard in there too. Okay, I just want to pull these out real quick. So we are doing a really good job of showing you what goes with these, and it's not really cardstock. It's their vibe paper, and they actually Simple Stories matches up the color vibe.
Look at those colors. Oh my
so
God,
you
they're
can see
like
how well
perfect.
they match.
Those
So
are
you'll find
gorgeous.
these in the same category. If you go online and you go to Simple Stories Celebrate, these colors will be in there too. So you don't have to really work hard at trying to figure out what goes with this collection. And you can pick out what you like. Okay, Diane, is that it for new?
I think so. I think we're ready.
Are we ready for our pretty penny peonies?
Yep. Her coloring. Peonies are like my
Perfect.
favorite flower.
Are they really?
Yes. I have lots of them
Have
at my
they started
house.
coming up yet?
Yes, they have started coming up. Yep. Okay, here we go.
Thanks, Diane. We're going to pass the microphone over, and then we are going to see what Penny's got to show us. And these are the stamps that she's using from Honeybee. And gosh, it's got a bud and 4 flowers and some other little buds and several leaves. And this is called Spring Peony. And I don't have any idea how much this is. You don't see a price on there, do you, Penny?
I don't, and
Okay.
I took it off the rack.
And then it does have a die set that goes with it if you want to get the dies. And I think Penny used both.
Yep.
So we might have to ding. Would you like to ding the bell, Penny? Yay! I knew. You know,
feel like
usually
I should-
Penny.
yeah.
Usually Penny's the one that comes running.
Let's see who it is. How much is the spring peony and the stamp and die?
Price those things, Teresa. Teresa's here. Teresa's here. Okay, let's see. Everybody loves Simple Stories. I'm just getting caught up. It's kind of chilly in here, isn't it?
It is.
The wind just started, but it's not windy back here. We're in our classroom
No.
right here at Memory Bound in Iowa. And you know what? We had some new people that have been liking our Facebook page, Penny.
Oh, awesome.
And so welcome. If you are new, welcome. We're so glad you're here. There's who we are. And we're in Iowa, and every morning, Monday through Friday at 9:30 Central Time, we have a video with a technique or a tour of the store, or we show new product, and it's just a lot of fun. And so we are super happy that you're all here with us, and I'm really happy that Penny's here.
Me too.
So, oh, okay, Janet just posted a link. It's $23.99 for the stamp. Thanks, Teresa.
$29.99.
And $29.99 for the die set. Perfect. All
Thank
right,
you.
Penny, you've done a lot of stuff. You're going to have to show us what you got going on.
All right. Well, let's start with just a regular card and the flowers.
Oh, but I love that.
I used the stamps, and then I used the die cuts, and I cut them out, and I colored them, and I just put them on a card base. It's always fun to arrange flowers in paper and in real life.
Oh, that's true. I'm so glad you brought that up. That's a great...
And I cut out the sentiment from Tag Your It Celebrations.
Is that right here,
And
Penny?
that is right there, the honeybee.
So this is another honeybee die, or stamp, duh. It's a stamp set, but it does have a die, and it's kind of neat because it's got everything on there. That was a good one to use.
And it's only $19.99.
So it's
Lot of good
it's got new
sentiments.
baby and handmade just for you, HB to you. It's got a to and from, a little something, Mr. and Mrs., and even something for graduation, and there's a die that goes with it. And Penny, this is the one I think I told you I really loved because you mixed up your colors. It wasn't all the same
Yeah.
colors.
Well, your colors in your flower beds aren't always the same colors.
That's true.
So I popped this, but then I wanted just to show you what a little bit of color will do on the sentiment pop-up.
Oh, tricky, tricky.
And I used the Hammermill 100-pound, which we now have in the store. And
So-
I just stamped it with the Memento ink and then cut it out, popped it with the little foam squares.
Penny, how did you think of coloring that sentiment? That is really neat.
Well, it's just a white card base, so I thought a little bit of color would be good. And I just used the little 3D foam squares, and if they're not little enough, like for a little sentiment like that, then I just cut them in half.
Very cool. And if you do cut them, you guys cut them before you take
Yes.
off the backing. That's a tip. Now the paper that Penny's coloring on, she's using the 100-pound Hammermill cardstock, and it's 10 sheets for $4.99. And we also have the Nina, the Solar White Nina. Both of those are Copic marker friendly
Yes.
papers because your inks are going to soak through and not spread around, if that makes any sense.
So then I wanted to use my Simple Plaid new Sizzix die. And so I had made 2 mauve flowers sets.
Those are beautiful.
So I just used the black, and I found that you have to use the chrome precision plate to get a really nice cut with your die cut.
And there's the Simple Plaid die from Tim Holtz. And we've got a couple questions here, Penny, about Tim Holtz Chapter 2. And we are pretty sure it's arriving today. You know, there's a lot of delays in shipping and things, and shippers are shorthanded, and it had to come all the way from California. So we are 90% sure it's going to arrive today for Chapter 2. All right, sorry about that, Penny.
That's all right. That's all right.
That Simple Plaid has been very popular.
So I used a wood grain for this one, and it reminded me of a trellis. And I thought, what fun, because I love to see flowers climbing up on a trellis. And so I had some fun.
And we can see the wood grain there when we get up close.
And then I had cut several different colors of wood grain. And so this one, and I've just been sitting here while you've been doing a tour store and playing around with different things, you know, poking this here and pulling that there. And then I basically have another card ready to go.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, now did you color that you did it?
I did.
Penny, that's a wow for me. I would never have thought to do that. and it just adds a little bit to your message.
Well, and you know it matches because it's the same colors that you've used in your card.
Mm-hmm.
So
now the Simple Plaid die is $19.99. And Peggy said she used her switch to cut it, and it cut perfect. She didn't need any. So Penny's switch is coming.
I'm envious. All right, well, then I wanted to get something different. And some of you had remembered I just got the scallop circles from Sizzix. And
that's right.
That's over here.
We're like got a lot of Sizzix going on today.
We do have a lot of Sizzix. And it was like, okay, but I don't want to just cut out a circle. I wanted to cut the card base. So I cut the card base, so now we have a cutout. And I'm a little heavy-handed when I color, and I did not want the back of the card base to be coloring. Now, that's a good sign that you're doing a nice job coloring because it's going through.
And that's the Copic marker thing.
And so I thought, how can I, and Kelly helped me figure out.
We got a good method, don't we, Penny?
We have a 12-inch piece of cardstock, regular bulk cardstock. So I cut it into the 5 1/2 tall, and then I scored it at 4 inches and 4 inches. So it's not a 4 1/4, it's actually 4. And then you will fold the left side in, and then you will tape it down eventually, and then you'll have your regular card. So we'll go back to this.
You could color right on your card front if you wanted to.
You could, and then you could just color everything right. But then since I had done those holes, I wanted something interchangeable. So we'll talk about that technique in a little bit.
And Penny, if your card is 4 inches instead of 4 1/4, it's only 1/4 of an inch. You could hang something off the side 1/4 of an inch if you wanted to.
Right.
Okay, and Beth has a question about the dies. She wants to know how you keep the die from sliding around. And Beth, I assume you're talking about when you're cutting it. And we really love the Big Shot die cutting machine. And your die, this happens to be a metal die, and you build what you call a sandwich. And you actually put this between a couple of clear plates. We don't have those back here. A couple clear plates, and that with your paper, and it holds everything in place. If you're cutting something kind of crazy, you might use a little craft tape to hold it down.
Best ever yellow.
But we are a huge Sizzix store, and we love our Sizzix machines and dies.
So I positioned the same, I cut it twice because this is the same size of
it is
round.
the same. Okay, the other one was different.
Different sizes stacked on top of each other, same size, angled from each other, different flowers. I wanted this one tucked behind the circle to make it look like it's coming up from behind.
Oh,
tricky. And again, I've got that coloring sheet sandwiched in between, and I only colored where I knew the holes were going to be.
And you would attach that down then,
Yep,
Penny?
then I would glue that down, and I thought I would just do that now.
Yeah.
So we've got this, and I'm going to move over to this surface.
And she's going to show us how she colored that too. And let's see, and they want the measurements for the scoring. So you started with what, 5 1/2 by 12?
5 1/2 by 12, and scored at 4 and 8.
So you're just going to score it into thirds, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so she put adhesive on the inside of her card, and then she's lining it up.
So now that I've got that tape down.
Oh, now she's closing her up.
Now I'm just going to close
Locking her
up.
down. Penny, this is really cool. I love it. And sometimes I won't use my Copic markers on a card.
There we go.
But even if you weren't doing Copic and you
None
wanted
the
to make
wiser.
something, you could put pattern paper in there. And again, that's a way to kind of hide it and make a clean card.
Yeah. Because I don't know, I'm kind of a clean girl.
Are you going to show us? Okay.
I'm going to show you this one. Just one hole, and I'd actually dropped this on my ink pad, and so I thought I had to cover it up, so I just grabbed some ribbon.
And that's that new velvet 1/8 inch ribbon that we were showing earlier.
So,
But it matches perfect.
yeah, it's really nice.
So that to the newlyweds, again, that's this stamp called Tag Your It Celebrations. So like we said, it has a little bit of everything on it.
So the hello there is actually a different stamp set. It's that Simple Stories.
Oh, it's this one.
Yeah. And that's a really nice set. It just didn't fit all my holes the way I wanted them to.
So it's got hello there is a nice round thing.
Yes.
So if you're doing a round hole.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to see your favorite now.
This is my favorite. 2 reasons. Blue's my favorite color, and then I love baskets. And as I started this, I had just cut it off like Janet does with one of her techniques. And so then I was thinking, what kind of paper am I going to put down below it? I don't want to do a floral print. I could do a polka dot. I was going through my Honeybee Beach Vibes 6x6 paper pack that I got last year, and I found the basket weave, and I thought, that's it. So then when I let the flowers overhang a little bit, and then this is where I use the Sizzix, one of the circle stacked
the stacked tiles,
stacked tiles. And I think it's the next to the biggest one.
And Congrats was on this stamp set.
Yep. That's a really nice
So
stamp
that fits
set.
well in a circle too.
And then I just cut out from behind a little bit to make the flowers look like they were going or coming out of the basket.
Penny, everybody's loving these, and I think the colors you picked are really beautiful. And you could maybe use a wood paper right there too.
Oh yeah, I do love my wood paper.
Everyone's loving it, Penny. You got a lot
All
of fans here.
right.
Now the Congrats, so you colored that with your marker?
I did.
I would never have done that.
Well,
I
you
would
will
never
now.
I will now. You're so right. I mean, you could stamp it on a colored paper, but then you have to go and find the paper.
Yep.
And
yep.
then you've got to maybe waste, a sheet
Right.
of blue paper. But
Right.
and like you said, it's color coordinated with your stamp.
All right. So we're going to go back to this hello there paper. And if you zoom in, you will see a spotted texture. Okay. And you'll see a spotted texture here on a sample. And then you'll see a completely different splotchy effect on the peach. Now that's all done with material of your choice and the colorless blender, and I like to use the little mini mister. So I have my mini mister full of the colorless blender, and I'm going to use it like Teresa would use water with her oxides.
That's a good way to put it.
So that, I mean, that's
The
just...
Copic markers are an alcohol ink, so they don't react with water, but they react with the blending solution, which is basically an alcohol-based solution.
So I know these holes are basically in the center, so I'm just going to color
And you're
quickly.
using the chisel tip.
I'm using the chisel tip to cover more area quickly.
And people are wanting to know your marker numbers, Penny, so are we going to be able to share those when you're done?
Yes, this
Okay.
is, oh, I'm sorry, I like
Well,
to do this
it's
when I
okay.
do this. This is the Y02. And I did not do this ahead of time because I wanted my ink fairly wet. And if I would have waited, then it would have been dry. All right, so that was Y02. Now I'm going to take my R22, and that's a red. So you're mixing a red with the yellow, and you're going to get that orange.
So if you already are a Copic colorer, then you'll understand more about the numbers and things, but all the Copic colors are labeled with, say, an R or a B or a V or a YR, and those are the color families. Jan is asking if you could use medical grade alcohol to spray, Penny.
I've heard people just using regular isopropyl alcohol.
So you could give it a try if you don't have your blending solution. So you went back over it with the yellow?
I went back over it with yellow because I didn't want it too orangey, and I think that's a nice, it's a darker color than I did before. So I'm going to grab my
It's nice to see
cotton ball.
Oh, a cotton ball. Okay.
And
it's
grab
nice
my
to see something
mister.
different.
And I'm going to mist my cotton ball, and I'm going to lay it down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you will see that ink being moved around.
So we'll be able to compare.
The non-colorless blender with the colorless blender. Sorry.
Yeah, you can definitely see
Now
where the
you
color's
could also just spray. Ooh, that was a little heavy. And I won't like that as much because there won't be any texture to it. So I can't just let it sit. And you probably won't see it near as much because it's just a general mist, but it's starting to lighten the whole thing.
We can see the first part really well.
And this is going to be a little blobbier because I was more intense right there on the
Very
cotton
fun.
ball. Now you could also do that with terry cloth, terry or cotton, like a washcloth. Just fluff it up and spray it, and then you're going to get a different texture.
Julie says it should be 91% alcohol if you're using regular alcohol. I'm not familiar with that.
I
so
don't know what
Julie,
that means.
thank you for the information. Oh, I think I like that even better.
This is my go-to. But in future little videos, I'll share some other ideas.
Yeah, Penny's going to come back, and there's we have some people that have never used the markers. There's over 300 different colors. I think the hardest thing is to pick out which colors you want. There's over 300 colors. They are an alcohol ink. They're made for blending to get this look like Penny got in these flowers where it's shaded and lighter and darker. And, oh, she's got it all ready to go here.
So then we would just insert this down and close her up and tape it down and be done.
Very nice. And the markers are $7.49, I think.
I believe that's correct.
And normally they have a retail of about $8.49. So we've got ours priced a little bit lower.
So that's that. And I know they wanted to know about coloring the flower. What color do they want?
Let's see. So we can. Somebody asked earlier about what markers you used on the blues. So do you want to color the blue since we had a question about it?
I can do the blues. I used a series. Well, and we'll just take.
Is this it right here?
Yep, this is my cheat sheet so that I know. My blues, you can do a range of blues. I did the B21, the B41, the B45, the B39, and then if you want it brighter, I use the B32. And you'll notice that they are not necessarily in order. The leaf that I really like to do is my YG61, YG63, and YG67. Those are basically numbers that are real close together in the same sequence. Those are great natural blending colors.
And this is the greens that she just talked about, the YG 61, 63, and 67.
Yep.
And the thing about Copic markers is you don't have to be an artist
No.
to make things look like you
Not at all.
painted them. Or so, Penny, what are you starting with there?
So I'm going to start with the B21.
And you'll notice that Penny is coloring on a sheet of paper because your ink is going to soak through your flower. And it's interesting, you actually stamped and cut it, and then you colored it.
Yeah, because I've gone over that bridge of you color it before you cut it, and then you cut it wrong, and then it's like,
oh, and then you spend all the time coloring it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a great tip.
So if I'm going to cut it, chances are I'm going to cut it before I color it. Now, if I'm just experimenting with colors and things, that's what this sheet is for. And I just do lots of different colors, and then I write on the margins, and then I remember what I do.
That is something, if you're a Copic colorer, you do a lot of this kind of thing, and you do a lot of samples where you write your colors down. So it looks like you just kind of stamped everything.
Yeah. Between a couple different sheets, it was all in there.
So did you just, oh no, I thought maybe you just put the whole thing on a piece of paper.
All right,
You
so
know,
now
that's what Katie does too. Okay, so you've moved on to a new color?
So I've moved on to the B41, and I'm going inside the inside and picking like every other one to be a little darker. And I'm going to find those places where the flower folds up that's going to naturally be a little darker. You'll notice my first layer of color is not even, it's not solid. And then I'm going to find where I think the shadows would lie a little bit, and I'm going to flick out from the center on this one. And there won't be much, but it just kind of lays down a color. Now I'm going to move on to the B45.
Penny, there's 160 people watching you color right now.
If that's not
when
intimidating.
you go home tonight and your husband says, "What'd you do at work today?" You can say, "I colored."
I entertained 160 people
With my coloring.
coloring.
But what you're doing is a little different than because you're getting this look right here, which is a little bit different than how you colored. You've got kind of, what do you call that? Like, I don't want to say lines, but you've got those kind of flicking.
It's just
really pretty.
It's just more intense. There's
more of a light to dark differentiation.
Right.
That's a big
right.
word.
So we're going to use the dark color just inside.
So this is a little different than is this how you did all of them? This isn't how you did this pink one.
No.
That's a little bit different coloring.
Yep. This is more blending.
And this is more
realistic.
Very striking.
And I'm way up on the tip of my marker to get a finer line. I'm going to go right back to my B45, kind of blend it out a little bit, but I don't want to lose that texture, because if you happen to look at a flower, there is a lot of texture in a flower. So I'm going to go through the darkest color, and I'm going to pull it out a little bit farther.
Well, Penny, that's amazing. When we were looking at these cards, I never looked at your blue ones close enough to see
And back
all that
up
detail that
to
you
the
did.
B4
Oh my gosh.
one and pull it out even a little bit farther.
So you just kind of keep switching colors.
Yep.
Now, let's see. I can't remember who it was. Just joined us. So if you're just joining us here at Memory Bound on our Facebook morning video, Penny's here and she's coloring the pretty peonies, or the spring peonies, stamp from Honeybee. And Penny, I'm going to bop over here to show that again. She's using this stamp set from Honeybee, and I will let everybody know, after Penny was doing her designs, we learned that this is retired. We have a lot in stock, and I think we can still get more if we need to. So if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate, because after we decided Penny was going to do this, I learned it was retired, and we're like, what?
So then you just go back, and with the personal preference, you just keep pulling the darker color out as far as you want. I'm kind of getting really happy with these 3 petals that I've done.
I'm really happy with them too, my gosh.
And then I might go back to my very first marker and do the opposite. That's my B2 one. And I might just bring some texture down from...
Like, what do you mean the opposite? Oh, from the outer edge?
From the outer edge and go in. First of all, to give it that texture of the edge of the leaf, but then to go back down into the other color, which I'm going to make the outer darker then.
Honey, I'm not even coloring, but I feel relaxed.
Yeah, it's very...
And we didn't mention it, but Penny is using the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. It's a magnetic 12 by 12 surface, and I see that you're using the magnets to hold your flower down and your background paper down.
Yeah, usually my hand's full of markers.
Yeah, well, that would keep your hands a little cleaner that way. Very cool.
So that's basically what I've done. Now, you can also go the opposite way. There are flowers that are bright and yellow in the center with your darker colors on the outside that come in. And to do that, I would do the opposite, and I'll just show you on the same flower. I would take that darkest color, and I would use just really itty-bitty little lines to show a little bit of texture, and then just go backwards.
So do the same thing, but on the other edge.
Yep.
And Penny's using the brush tip of her markers.
And so you'll have that lighter inside, but then you'll have a darker tip. Lost where I was.
Penny, this is new coloring for me, because I've done Copic coloring, but I've never done it with those lines, and that's perfect for flowers.
Oh yeah. And then once you kind of have an idea of what, you know, so like I only used one image and I tried 2 different techniques, and I think, oh, I really like when the lines come from the outside and go in on this side, you know, so maybe I'd want to do the whole flower that way.
Well, I know you're not nearly done with it, but it looks amazing already. Looks really amazing. Who wants Penny to come back and do more Copic coloring? I do. So then you would just keep going.
I would just
do
keep
all your
going.
petals.
Yep. And I didn't think that they needed to do that.
Probably not.
Now, if you wanted to see what that bright color would do, I'm just going to add it down in here.
Did you use that on your card, Penny? The brighter color?
I did. Yep, you can see on this one right here, this is that brighter color. And you'll see a difference between this, well, I'm going to call it the front petal to you, and the next one over. So this one to this one.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't lost that intensity in the middle.
Wendy Jean says, Penny, she wishes she could stay home today and Copic color all day long. Wouldn't that be fun? Especially on a crappy day.
Yeah.
Maybe order some carry out.
Oh, yeah.
Turn on some movies. That would be my idea of a great day. Second to being at Memory Bound, of course.
Well, yeah. Of course, right now I'm at Memory Bound and I'm coloring.
And
it doesn't get any better than that.
We need to get you some carry out or maybe a donut or
Oh,
something.
let's see, coffee?
Yeah, ring the bell. Oh, this is great. Everyone loves it. And Janet posted, in case you're not reading the comments, that Penny's done several wonderful coloring videos. And if you go to our blog and search on Copic, you'll find links to all of her videos and her amazing cards.
Thanks, Janet.
Penny, I love it. So here's the blue. And remember, everybody, that Congrats was done on the white paper, the 100-pound Hammer Mill cardstock, or you could do it on the Nina. And then she colored it with her marker. This is the one that was a wowzer for me because I wouldn't think to mix different colors. I would have done more of a monotone. So that was a wowzer, and that coloring your message. Penny, I learned a lot with that. I would never have thought to do that. And then we'll browse over some of our other cards. And you know what, everybody? I'm going to take pictures of these. So you're going to be able to see them on our blog, and Janet will post them here on Facebook also. So, and somebody just said, show your cards again before we leave. So thank you, Sharon. That's exactly what we're doing. So she's got the cutouts that she used, that scallop circle.
Okay, that's a
and then these spring peonies from Honeybee. Oh, the multicolor ones, and you could watercolor these too. You don't have to use Copic markers.
Chris's card, yeah, because Chris did it differently also.
Okay, so this
Same
is the same
stamp and die set.
And it looks like Chris heat embossed it
Yep.
with some gold heat embossing powder. And do you know how she colored it? Was it watercolor? Or was it, colored pencil?
Colored pencils.
Okay, here's Chris's. Oh, Chris, I'm so glad you made this sample. And she used colored pencils and blended it. So, Lisa mentioned you also refill markers. So
Yes.
Penny's our refill service. If you're local and you want to go ahead and have your markers refilled, drop them off, and Penny can do them. And is it $2? $2 a marker for Penny. So Penny, thank you so much, everybody. We're going to be back tomorrow. And tomorrow, I believe, is a store tour. So that is going to be a lot of fun because
We're going to change things around today.
We are moving things around today and trying to find room for everything. That's the challenge. And then on Friday, Diane's going to be here, and she's done a vignette panel with some of the Tim Holtz things and a vintage family photo. So everybody have a crafty day. We just had a tornado blow in the front. Not for real, but poor Rhonda's over there picking up paper because it blew all over. So we got to go. We got to go find a solution for that windy front door, and we will be back tomorrow.
Thanks.